Level 0. Level 0 is where the nightmare begins. A monotonous, piss-yellow purgatory stretching endlessly with buzzing fluorescent lights that hum like they know what you did. It's not a place. It's a trap. And if you're here, you've already lost. Let's set the tone. Imagine a never-ending office, devoid of life, purpose, or oxygen. The carpet is wet for no reason. The ceiling panels tremble. The walls, they breathe. Not literally, maybe, but you'll swear they shift just a hair when you blink. There are no windows, no exits, no logic. You could sprint straight for 6 hours and somehow loop back to where you started. The geometry is broken. Euclid is crying. The word entities? Rare, but not absent. You might glimpse a shadow darting just out of your peripheral vision. Smilers, hounds, or just the sheer cosmic apathy of the structure itself, which might be the cruelest entity of them all. Level 0 isn't trying to kill you. It's trying to erase you, subtly, patiently, like you never mattered. It's not survival of the fittest here. It's survival of the sanest. Good luck with that. Level 1. Oh, so you made it out of Level 0. Congratulations. You've graduated from corporate limbo to industrial hell. Welcome to Level 1, where the walls sweat rust, the air tastes like old blood, and something is always just barely moving in the shadows. This level is vast, like a warehouse built by an architect who only dreamed in nightmares. Concrete floors, flickering lights that are always about to die, and stacks of abandoned supplies that feel intentionally placed. Think of it as a giant maze full of expired almond water, death traps disguised as vending machines, and forklifts that haven't moved in years. Unless you look away. Then maybe they do. The temperature shifts without reason. 1 minute you're sweating, the next your breath fogs in the air, doors lead nowhere, stairs spiral into blackness. Sometimes you'll find messages scrawled on the walls, "Don't trust them," or "Level fun isn't." Entities are no longer whispers. They're real, dullers that sap your strength with their presence. Facelings that mimic human shapes with mannequin stares. Hounds, hungry and fast, waiting for you to slip. But the worst part, you might meet other people, and they're not okay. Everyone here is a little cracked. Some smile too wide, some haven't blinked in hours, and some will trade your life for a bottle of almond water without thinking twice. Surviving Level 1 isn't about navigating a maze, it's about navigating madness, theirs and yours. Level 2. Level 2 is when the backrooms stop pretending to be anything close to reality. Gone are the open warehouses and flickering hallways. Here, the walls are tight, the heat is unbearable, and everything, and I mean everything in this level, wants you gone. It's a system of maintenance tunnels, except they're alive. The pipes groan, steam hisses like a predator. The lights flicker and fail, plunging you into a darkness so thick you can taste it. Every inch of Level 2 screams, "You are not welcome." This is where the machines lurk, crawling metal horrors with spider limbs and buzzsaw laughs. There's no talking to them, they don't negotiate. You see one, you run. You don't see one, you still run. Because they're fast, and worse, they're quiet. Claustrophobia isn't a fear here. It's a death sentence. The corridors narrow until you're scraping your shoulders. Some hallways shrink behind you. Some never end. Others loop. Not metaphorically, literally. You can turn right 20 times and end up exactly where you started, only now your flashlight is dying and something's dripping from the ceiling that smells like ozone and teeth. The heat fries your brain. You'll start hallucinating, hearing voices, seeing doors where there are none. You'll start wanting to find a way deeper, anything to escape the pressure, anything to stop the metal screams. It's not paranoia if they're really behind you. Level 3. Level 3 is the boiling core, the heart attack of the backrooms. Not metaphorically. This place feels like a migraine given architectural form. Metal everywhere, pipes everywhere, alarms that never shut up. The whole level is one long emergency that never gets resolved. It's industrial, but not in the steampunk cool way. More like nuclear meltdown in a meat grinder. The air smells like burnt plastic and battery acid. You will sweat in places you didn't know could sweat. The walls hum with machinery and whisper secrets at night. Don't listen. They lie. Everything is connected. Literally. The machines, the lights, even the vents seem to be part of one enormous network, like a central nervous system for something that shouldn't be alive. Sometimes it feels like it's watching you. Other times it doesn't bother to hide it. And if you hear a low, deep whirring, like something waking up, run! Don't look. Don't try to figure out what it is. You are not the protagonist. This is not a boss fight. This is a power outage with teeth. Level 3 doesn't ask if you want to leave. It asks why you thought you ever could. Level 4. Level 4 is the most sinister trap of all because it dares to be calm. Clean office spaces, rows of functioning lights, and working vending machines. It wants you to breathe. It wants you to trust it. That's the bait. The air is sterile. The rooms have computers, desks, coffee machines. Some terminals even turn on. People have set up communities here, small ones. They leave signs like safe zone and rest here. Don't fall for it. Level 4 isn't safe. It's quiet, and that's worse. You won't see the entities here, not at first, but they're here. They study you, mirror you. You might find a second you sitting at a desk one hallway over. You might hear your voice coming from the break room, laughing at a joke you didn't tell. Level 4 is a psychological slow burn. It makes you doubt what you are. It nudges you into self-replacement. And the almond water here, always full, always cold, tastes slightly wrong. Don't drink too much. You won't know what it's changing until it's too late. This level doesn't want to chase you. It wants you to stay, to adapt, to blend in, to forget. The backrooms don't need more corpses. They need believers. Level 5. The hotel. That's what they call it. Like giving it a name makes it less terrifying. Level 5 looks like a Victorian-era hotel dipped in fever dreams. Red carpets that muffle your steps too well, chandeliers that sway with no wind, and elevators that arrive before you press the button. Everything is just a little too pristine, like a corpse wearing fresh makeup. It smells like dust and lavender and something rotting behind the walls. The wallpaper peels in places, revealing script you can't read but feel in your teeth. The halls are endless, the rooms are never empty, and the silence is too complete. You won't hear footsteps, but you'll feel them through the floorboards. This level plays with memory. You'll walk into a room that feels like your childhood bedroom, down to the posters and bedspread. You'll hear voices from your past behind locked doors. Sometimes the hotel staff shows up, dressed immaculately, faces blurry, eyes too wide. They never speak. Don't follow them. The bell rings occasionally. You never see who checks in, but you might hear doors open down the corridor. They never close again. Some wanderers go feral here, not violent, just vacant. They walk the halls forever, straightening paintings and fluffing pillows, trapped in a loop of hospitality. That's what Level 5 does. It pacifies you, makes you a part of its decor. And if you ever hear the phonograph music, leave. That's when he walks the halls. The gentleman. The entity that owns this floor. Always smiling, always watching. No one who's met his gaze has returned with their mind intact. Level 5 is elegant horror. It doesn't scream. It whispers, and it wants you to whisper back. Level 6. The dark. That's all it is. Level 6 is pure, unrelenting darkness. No light, not dim, not flickering. Just gone. Your flashlight won't work. Your lighter will sputter and die. Your eyes will strain, then betray you. The silence here is not silence. It's pressure. It's weight. Every breath sounds too loud. Every heartbeat is a betrayal. And eventually, you start hearing things you hope aren't real. But you know they are. Clicks. Whispers. Breathing that doesn't match your own. People disappear here. Sometimes mid-sentence. You'll hear a voice just ahead and then cut. Like a tape sliced clean. No scream, no shuffle. Just gone. It's as if Level 6 edits its own timeline, removing noise it doesn't like. The creatures here don't need eyes. They live in this black, belong to it. Wretches and shadows that don't cast any. If something touches you, don't scream. Don't run. Running gets their attention. So does hope. Time folds strangely. Spend long enough, and you'll forget you ever had sight. You'll forget what you came here for. You'll forget you existed anywhere else. Level 6 doesn't erase you, it absorbs you, slowly, patiently. There's one rule here. Don't try to make light. Light makes you visible, and visibility is suicide. Level 7. the endless ocean, or as I like to call it, Subnautica's wet nightmare. The second you enter level 7, you drop straight into water. No shore, no surface, just an infinite black ocean under a concrete sky. You don't float, you descend. Gravity doesn't give you a choice. But here's the truly soul-mangling part. There's a floor, a seafloor, and you reach it, eventually, after what feels like hours of sinking through pressure that makes your bones itch. You land on soft, pulsing sand, the kind that moves when it thinks you're not looking. Above, the water never ends. Below, something breathes. You can see down here. Somehow. It's murky but lit with a cold glow that doesn't come from any source. The silence is wetter than you'd think. Every sound gets swallowed in a second. Your heartbeat. Muffled. Your panic. Useless. There's only one structure on the ocean floor. A house. A 1960s ranch-style home with a white picket fence. It's untouched. Pristine. There's furniture. Food in the fridge, a warm bed, and windows that look out into infinity. But it's not empty. Something lives in the water outside. It circles, slowly. Sometimes it taps the glass, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes it gets in. Level 7 is drowning in reverse. It doesn't fill your lungs with water, it hollows you out, leaves your body intact, but your identity leaking into the tide. You won't even remember your name when it finally takes you. Level 8, the spider's nest. The name undersells the horror. This isn't just about spiders, it's about every primal fear you've ever buried under adult logic. You enter through a tunnel, earth-packed walls, roots like veins, the scent of damp mulch and molted skin, and then the silk starts. Sticky strands across your face, clinging to your arms, invisible until you're in too deep to turn around. There's no light source, but you can see. Sort of. Everything is sepia-toned and trembling. The floor crackles when you walk, not twigs. Exoskeletons, empty ones, hundreds. They nest in the ceiling. They're big. No, not big. Wrong. They shouldn't be able to move that fast, or stay that quiet, or have that many legs. But they do. They don't bite to kill. They bite to tranquilize. Some people end up in cocoons, still breathing, still blinking, wrapped like gifts nobody wants to open. Occasionally one of the spiders will carry a cocoon deeper into the tunnels. You never see them again. You never hear them scream either, because that part of them gets taken first. The worst part, they hum. Low vibrations that lull you, that confuse your thoughts. The longer you stay, the more you start to agree with the humming. Like maybe it's not so bad, maybe you've always belonged here. There is no escaping level 8 without trauma, the kind that makes you flinch at thread, that makes you see movement in corners even when you're safe, if you ever are.